He said if you have... Why you crying, huh? Why you crying? You said we have 7 days in the week. Is that what you say?
No.
That's not what you say. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, how many days do we have in the week?
12.
12 days. Oh yeah, name the days.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Days in the week. Oh, so January is inside week. Eh? Eh? You want to go and wee? How many days do we have in a week? Eh? You go piss for body today.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn abẹ́yìn náà ò ríru eléyìí báyìí nísìn abẹ́ẹ̀ ríru eléyìí báyìí nísìn. It is crystal clear that this boy is a very smart boy, so brilliant and intelligent, but unfortunately ó bọ́ sọ́wọ́ teacher tó wà untrained. Ṣóyè wa, an untrained teacher that doesn't know the methodology and strategy of handling a child. The fact remains that pupils don't learn the same way. They don't learn at the same pace. We have slow learners, we have fast learners. Tẹ́ bá gbéṣẹ́ fáwọn ọmọ bóyá number 1 to 10, ọmọ mi á tètè parí ẹ̀ within few minutes á ti ṣe á dẹ̀ gbá gbogbo ẹ̀ tán. Ọmọ mi á parí, á sáré parí tí ò ní gbà tán, tí ò farabalẹ̀. Ọmọ mi á lo more time kó tó di pé á ṣe iṣẹ́ ẹ̀. Slow learners wà, fast learners wà. With this video now, you could see that the action of this so-called teacher is killing the morale of this boy. It's not as if that boy does not know what he want to say, but teacher yẹn ó ti ṣe kíni, ó ti kó ọmọ yẹn láyà jẹ. Ẹ̀rù ń bà fún láti recite the month of the year without mistake. Ó mì pé approach tí teacher yẹn fún òun ló fa nǹkan yẹn. I want us to take note of all of this. Assuming pé a níjọba ni, àwọn schools ìjọba, public school at the foundational level, the primary level, public school àwa lọ. And we have this opportunity of being trained by qualified teachers. Àwọn ìyá tán kọ́ wa ń gbà yẹn, àwọn míì ti lò 20 years in service, 30 years in service, tó ti lé experience. Those that are working towards retirement náà máa ń sábà ń fi sí foundational level ọmọ kéékèèké yẹn, so that they will be able to, àwọn yẹn ti understand, wọ́n ti ní experience in teaching profession. So when we were like this boy, we grew up in a setting where, you know, the teachers that are there are trained. They have methodology. They have really understand the weaknesses of each pupil, Tony, and they know how to help them. But unfortunately, you see, tẹ́ bá wo gbogbo civil servants, teachers are the less paid. Even àwọn private schools kan tó ń gba teacher, àwọn míì school start lẹ́lòmíì ní. Private school tó bá dẹ̀ máa gba graduate, peanuts náà ń fún wọn. So all of these things are things that is really affecting education, and right from the foundational level is very important. Ẹ rí i pé Chief Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé at the elementary level of ọmọ, kọ́ ọmọ ní mother tongue. Ẹ rí i pé primary school, public primary school, Yorùbá náà fi kọ́ wa. It doesn't say that we won't be able to speak good English. At the foundational level, the way to understand grammar is to first understand your mother tongue. It doesn't stop anything. Now, irú this so-called uncle tó ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ nísìn, you can imagine, you will discover that teacher is untrained, is unscrupulous, and he doesn't know how to handle all these little kids tó ń kó sí custody or tó ń kó sí care ẹ̀. How can you create such fear and emotion in such a small boy? Because your pupils see you in the class alone, there is this fear of our teacher is around already. Ó ti wà nínú àwọn ọmọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀, even before kó tó wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá kó gìràgìrà bọ àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Nígbà tí irú nǹkan báyìí bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀, tí ọmọ bá nírú foundational level, foundational experience báyìí lọ́dọ̀ tíṣà, báwo ni irú ọmọ yẹn ṣe fẹ́ build the confidence tí ò ní pa moral àmọ́ ọmọ lára? Imagine irú àwa yìí, I thank God pé mi ò bá teacher burúkú pàdé rí. Even when I was still very small, tó yẹ pé mi ò tí lè, wọ́n sì mọ́wọ́ mi kọ̀wé. We have the opportunity of, training under teachers that are experienced. Kan ti wá pa mọ̀rá àmọ́rú èèyàn irú èmi báyìí lára. How will you? Because you don't know the destiny of the child. Each child, each pupil tó wà ní class ló ní different destinies. Ẹlòmíì, kádàrá ẹ̀ ni wípé he's not going to sit and be paid by government. He is going to be a leader. You understand? And for a leader to be able to lead, he or she must have confidence. Nígbà tí ẹ bá ti wá pa confidence ẹ̀ tẹ́tí kí morale, it's as good as you have killed the destiny of that child. Tó o bá ní ọmọ mẹ́wàá lọ́dọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí tíṣà, destiny mẹ́wàá nìyẹn. Life òun ni teacher mold, wọ́n impart life ni. Whereby if there is any mistake anywhere, and look at it, children, they learn with modeling. They copy whatever they see. Anything somebody no ma replicate. They replicate it. So the child will believe pé this is the right thing. Tẹ́ bá kíyèsí ẹ rí i pé àwọn ọmọ míì gan máa ń bẹ̀rù tíṣà àwọn fẹ́ ju àwọn inú ilé wọn àwọn òbí wọn lọ. So I want to believe that the government should help us look into the academic field of Nigeria. Tí àwọn public school wa tó bá ní conducive environment, tó ní laboratory equipment, tó ṣe wípé all these people, the public, servants, all our politicians too, their children can go to public schools, then all these schools will be renovated. Because when you talk about experience, you talk about pé kéèyàn qualify, public school teachers are the best. They are the best. Is it qualification? Is it training? Is it experience of how to handle a child, how to take care of the weakness of a child? You understand? So when we want to have a country that the academic sector will be sound, we must build a country whereby the son of the poor and the son of the rich can go to public schools, because public servants elevate the quality of education in the country. When we go to University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, University of Ilorin, and we are given the same job that somebody that went to Harvard University Kennedy School can get, that is when we have an equal country. A country where the children of the rich go school abroad and come back to lead the corporation is not one country. We are simply cohabiting. If public schools can be renovated and the environment can be conducive for learning, public school is the best. Because àwọn ìyá àwọn bàbá tán wà ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ti pẹ́, they only experience, they have certificates in education. Some of them have NCE, some of them have B.Ed, some have even masters in education, some have PGDE, postgraduate diploma in education. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀kọ́. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kéèyàn mọ nǹkan 2 + 2 is equal to 4. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kó ọmọ, ọ̀tọ̀ ni kó lè impart ẹ̀ sínú ọmọ. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kó understand the weakness ọmọ, how to handle the ọmọ, to make the ọmọ to understand, to impart knowledge. Irú teacher tó ń ṣe báyìí, irú ọmọ yẹn, because me, I'm a kind of person, mi mọ̀ bóyá àgbáyé àkọ́kọ́ tí mo kọ́ wá bóyá mi ìbímọ ni. So ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ mú mi lẹ́mìí gan. Ẹ wo irú ọmọ yẹn, that boy is a very brilliant boy. He's brilliant, he's so sound. Despite bó ṣe wà under pressure yẹn, ó ṣì pé the correct thing. But ó bọ́ sọ́wọ́ teacher tó wà untrained. It is not acceptable. I want to believe that such teacher can be in a class. There should be another teacher who is experienced, who has been teaching for years, that would be, guiding this particular guy tó wà nínú class yẹn, because ẹni yẹn ò lè dá class yẹn handle. As far as I'm concerned, ó yẹ kí ìyá kan wà tó jẹ́ bí senior teacher, bí àwọn level 12, àwọn level àwọn ìyá tó ti dàgbà yẹn, tí irú tó máa monitor irú activity àwọn eléyìí. Even if you have certificate and you are qualified, tó bá ṣe gbàṣẹ́, you cannot go to class alone. You have to go with a senior teacher tó mọ tẹ̀lé lọ for some time before they can release you. Even in lecturing, if you start as an assistant lecturer, wàá máa lọ class pẹ̀lú prof ni. You have to go with a prof wọn ò lè sáré fi ẹ́ sí class bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pé o even if no matter if you have doctorate because you need to learn, you need to train, but because pé the government has failed us wọ́n ní amúkun ẹrù ẹwọ́ lókè lẹ́wọ̀ ẹ̀wò sàlẹ̀, the government has failed us. The academic sector kì í ṣe sector tó yẹ kí ìjọba kan gbé ojú wọn kúrò ń bẹ̀. Any country that lock the door of school should be ready to open the door of prison. Kò sí nǹkan tí èèyàn lè jẹ́ láyé yìí tó ò ní pass through teacher. Mi ì tí ì rí tó ò ní pass through olùkọ́ kó o ní kátàkárà lọ fẹ́ ṣe gan nígbà tí wọ́n bá rajà 500 tí wọ́n fún ọ ní 1000 bó o ló ṣe subtract owó kúrò nínú ṣéǹjì tó fi mọ iye ṣéǹjì tán máa gbà. So please, teachers should be empowered. Public schools should be renovated. All of these things should be put in place. We have now found ourselves in a country that the quality of education that a child is going to have is dependent on the academic and on the financial strength of the family. It's not supposed to be. Every child must be given opportunity for education. Irú ọmọkùnrin nísìn is a very brilliant boy, but how can a teacher put pressure or mount pressure on such boy on a pupil to that extent? Ọmọ yẹn gan ò fọkànbalẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́, kò fọkànbalẹ̀ kọ̀wé. We understand the fact that a child can begin to cry probably bóyá torí kò fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́, but if you look at that video you will discover that ọmọ yẹn kì í ṣe wípé kò fẹ́ ṣe pressure tí tíṣà ẹ̀yẹn ti kó lé lọ́rùn lójú ó máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Another pupil tó wá gba permission kóun fẹ́ lọ tọ̀ ọ̀nkọ ẹ̀yẹn ni kò ní lọ tọ̀ pé ó tiẹ̀ tún sọ pidgin ó ló máa wíwì ó máa peace sára náà ni. These are how do we get here? Classroom is a place where life is being molded. We don't mold life in the classroom. Even if it is just 5 pupils or 10 pupils that are there, it should be respected as a place where wọ́n ti mold the destiny. A qualified person, an experienced teacher ni àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké yìí nídìí. If you see many private schools, see àwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣe WAEC tó ní make English tó máa wò pé káwọn wọ́wọ́ káwọn tún fọ́ọ̀mù gbà káwọn tún WAEC ṣe. You see them in private schools wọ́n bá ṣe oṣù méjì oṣù mẹ́ta tó ń gather, they want to go and collect form for WAEC. Ẹlòmíì kọ jambu ó ń retí results. Ẹ gbé wọn sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ. It's not all about knowing what the children will learn. It's all about impact. How do you impact to them, even up to university level? You don't put an untrained teacher in charge of children that you know that kò sí any other senior officer to see to the activity of the child, of the teacher, and to make sure he is handling these children very well. Kẹ́ tó lè fi èèyàn ṣọ́ṣà ọmọ ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé he or she knows what to do and what not to do, and he can identify the weaknesses of each child. Ó lè identify weaknesses ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan láti mọ how to help them. You understand? I remember when I was in primary school, I was so short because mi ò ń ṣèyàn kan tó ga mo kúrú. So there is this boy ìtajọ máa ń jókòó tó máa ń gba pencil mi. Every time my mom will give me pencil, this boy will collect my pencil. So ẹ̀rù wa máa ń bà mí pé a kì í lọ fẹjọ́ sùn teacher wa. Màá ṣàdákẹ́. Àwọn extra pencil tí máa ń wà lórí tébù àwọn teacher ìní teacher wa ò fún mi tí ń lò tí bá ti lò máa dá padà. Why? Because wọ́n ti believe pé èmi ò ní pencil. Mo sì máa ń mú pencil wá ọmọ òní máa ń gba pencil mi. I don't know the spirit that came over me níjọ́ yẹn. I'm talking of primary 1. Mo kàn lọ fẹjọ́ sùn mọ́mì ni pé ẹ̀yin ṣe wá rí ó wá gba pencil mi. That teacher was so angry that how will you be taking this girl's pencil? Ṣé ìwọ ò ní ti ẹni ìgbà ó ti ẹ̀kọ́ deny ìgbà tán tún báàgì ẹ̀ gbogbo pencil mi látàyè alálùmọ́lẹ̀ títí máa ń gbà àwọn báàgì alápò bí àpò ṣàkàtà mọ́ tó máa ń fi apá síta máa ń gbé kọ́pa lọ léwé yẹn. Pencil mi pọ̀ ń bẹ́ bìbà. Since that day, I have learned how to open my mouth and talk. Tí mi bá sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà yẹn, this is how this boy will have been yànmíjẹ títí. Imagine kó jẹ́ pé irú teacher yẹn is a teacher that is so harsh that I cannot talk to her, I cannot report to her. This is how they will have killed my morale. But foundational level is very important. irú àbá ìnísìn, who knows bóyá gbé tẹ máa já mọ́mọ́. That's why I used to tell parents, if a child is showing a trait, if that trait is not a bad trait, don't stop the child. That could be his own call. Now imagine tí ẹ ti wá tẹ́tí irú ọmọ tó ń sunkún nísìn, ẹ̀rù gan ti máa bà á. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ farabalẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́? Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ fọkànbalẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́? And all of these things, I want to believe that kò yẹ kí private school kan wà tó yẹ kí ó lè compete pẹ̀lú public school when it comes to facilities. But because of the kind of government tá a ní ní Nigeria, people's destiny are being distorted. You understand? Wọ́n distort destiny àwọn èèyàn. They are making their, because here classroom one mode life ń bẹ ni. And we should be careful. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn private schools gan tó ní structure, tó ní standard. How much are they paying? They pay peanuts. Báwo ni teacher ò ṣe ní kanra mọ́mọ́? Nígbà tẹ́ bá gba graduate ten fún 30,000, ten fún 20,000. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ finú dídùn ṣiṣẹ́? In this era, government, please help us to see to the academic, field. Help us look into it so that at least ṣé rí àwọn ọ̀gá tá a ní ní public school, they are the best. Do them well, pay them, give them a conducive environment for learning. Kò sí ibi tí a ti lè rí irú àwọn tí wọ́n wà trained, tí wọ́n wà qualified tó àwọn public school teachers. But nígbà tí ò bá sí teaching aids, tí ò sí àwọn nǹkan, imagine you want to teach biology, you want to teach bones, you want to teach all this cervical, thoracic, lumbar, etc. Kò sí skeleton ní biology lab. Let's assume there is no skeleton in the biology lab. How do you teach this bone for children to understand when there is conducive environment for the teacher? Both the teacher and the students will enjoy the class, because the things for us to learn, the teaching aids, the equipment are available. But when you go to a lab, microscope is not there, skeleton is not there, all this organ, internal organ, there is no structure for you to explain. How will you as a teacher, how will you be happy? How will even your students be happy? The private school that we afford this, how many parents can send their children to private school to only afford the standard lab? The teachers that will be employed in those private schools, how much will they pay them that will bring about effectiveness and efficiency? Àwọn innovations, gbogbo àwọn phone tá à ń lò, gbogbo àwọn gadgets tá à ń lò yìí, it was all the people that are, those who have been trained well, who have been able to read and they discover new things and innovations. Àwọn non design àwọn devices wa yìí. But because kí ni nǹkan tá à ń produce ní Nigeria? The classroom that we are going to learn from is not conducive. Even when you go to higher institutions, you see students sitting on the floor in the class. So please, government, I want to believe that if I have opportunity to be able to talk to all those people, our politicians, this thing, I will tell them to help us look into the academic field of Nigeria. Nigerians, we are intelligent, we are brilliant, just like that boy in this video. We are so brilliant, but you see, one lórí inú dídùn ló mórí yá. Nígbà tí tíṣà gan tínú ẹ̀ òdùn, tíṣà tí wọ́n ti jẹ lówó láti bí oṣù mẹ́fà tí wọ́n sọ sálárì fún, tẹ́bi ń pa, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ finú dídùn ṣiṣẹ́? Please, this video of this classroom is not acceptable, and that boy, I apologize on behalf of that teacher in that class, and we are saying sorry to that boy, because nǹkan tó ṣe fún boy yẹn, fọ́mọdé yẹn, is not good. So please help us look into it and let there be correction in our various schools and institutions. Thank you so much. Think about it. God bless you.